That is Megan Trainor. Dear future husband, if you want to be my one and only, there's a couple things you got to know. I am Ryan Keys. This is Spirituality with a Spin. We are still hip deep in October, and I am bringing you more love intuition about the twin flame topic. So that when you encounter your twin flame and they push you into this enhanced state of a continual spiritual growth and awareness, and are encouraging you to look deeper, the deeper levels of yourself, and then you have also a combined incredible telepathic connection that you will have been brought to a certain level. So there are many ways that the twin flame can choose to co-create this lifetime. You can be spirit, you can be human, you can co-create, you can go on a deeper connection and never meet. The physical experience, both of you are inhabiting your solo body in the 3D, but you can also go past the 3D into the other realms of communication in the spiritual, the ethereal, but our society has ultimately geared us to desire the physical, which I myself am on the same page. Physical separation is tough, and you crave physical touch. Touch is magic. Touch is what heals. So as we go forward, talking about the false flame, and that you yourself have been a false flame, me too, we're all in the same boat. If you've encountered a false flame, that means you were also theirs. So then we need to come to a place of where we have a rationalization about the honesty of this and how this feels and the misconception. And then face the idea that it's not about disappointment, it's not about lost time. It is actually a wonderful place to be, because it means you're still in that preparatory phase of your twin flame. So it means you didn't kill your twin flame relationship, number one. It means that your twin flame relationship is right around the corner, because you are projecting and you are rectifying old karmic issues. Now, as you start putting these limitations and these expectations on this connection, trying to battle and trying to fix this romantic physical relationship, this tie and this bond with the false flame, under a misperception that this connection is the twin flame, what you've done is you allowed yourself to connect so deeply and so intensely that your truth has been swayed. You are now stuck. You're in a repetitive cycle. You are in a cycle of where you are no longer progressing. So your twin flame path will never put you in a place of a circular spin if you're supposed to be together this lifetime. You will not get in a tailspin, as they say. You will be always perpetually moving forward, because your twin's going to encounter you and going to push you into the place of moving forward. You guys will be doing your own external and individual development, even if you're not having the physical experience. But a false twin is going to not, because it's going to draw on this karmic relationship that you have with yourself about dealing with the inadequacies from either a past life or your past as we see it today. So you need to feel that deep unconditional love for your false flame exists. And then you need to come to the agreement that you are also their false flame. So you can kind of tap into this cellular memory and this clarification that you're going to need for guidance to meet your true twin. Now, the true twin dimensionally is in the spirit world. Your Adam and Eve existence are right at hand. And 2017 is going to be a year where that is going to accelerate. So once we start to understand the dynamic of interrelationships, and once we start to be able to pull away from false existence or false realities that are only beckoning us into the world of codependence instead of co-creation, we're able to put those old karmic ties to rest, and we're able to establish a healthy place for us to call out for the twin flame union. You need a clear path to move ahead. If you're battling through brush, you're not going to see what's up in the distance. So you're not going to have your bearings right. You're not going to have your direction right. So I want you to bring in a certain awareness here so that you can start sharing in the spirit world. I want you to start praying. I want you to start promoting this existence in your prayer closet, in your meditation, in your mantra, if you want to merge physically with this beautiful experience, you want to come into this prepared, like an Olympic athlete. You don't want to go to the Olympics if you've been drinking beer and sitting on a couch 2 to 3 weeks fully solid before. You're not going to win at the game. You're not going to win at this competition. And not that a twin flame is a game or a competition, but it is an experience which requires you to be at a top level of spiritual, emotional, and physical perspectives. And that is the purpose of the faux flame. So love your faux flame. Love the faux flame experience. Love the hell out of it so you can move forward, so you will be able to properly clarify what this relationship is, to pull yourself out of this disaster zone where you feel that you have this gap, this empty place where you have existed as in this false karmic relationship. Now, I wanted to talk about really quickly, so that I don't become redundant, once again, the signs of a karmic soulmate. He or she feels usually familiar from the start. Well, many of us do. There's a strong clarification and attraction, even if it seems confusing, but it's a push-pull repulsion attraction. It's very volatile. It's very engaging. It's hot, sexy, but it's hot and running. It goes from hot sex to running. And the huge lesson to be learned with the karmic soulmate is love itself, because you are learning to love yourself through the debris field. You have had a past life or multiple lives with this karmic soulmate for sure. Many of them were non-romantic. Many of them would be something that you've had to iron out. Now, this non-romantic element of the karmic soulmate can also bleed over. The sex might be intense and hot, but it won't be that touching, emotional, spiritual point of view, I believe. This person will not increase your self-worth very much. It will make you feel debilitated, almost as if you've come into the realm of an energy, quote, I hate this term, vampire. So when you're dealing with these things, understand that a twin flame is going to be very confusing, very frustrating, but beneficial. That you're going to find a wonderful manifestation that is happening, and you're going to find a wonderful awareness that is going on at a subconscious level where this will begin to mirror in that interaction. The false flame will also mirror qualities of the true twin in order to gain the level of control needed to maintain the connection. But with that, distance is the key, right? You need your distance so that you can put yourself in an emotional place for healing and light. And as you're healing and experiencing this, you will be able to then decipher if this is a false flame or a true twin. Feed off of the true twin like refueling your car at a gas station. They should be giving you sustenance and ideas and input and a feeling of that you can do this. Because the false flame is going to be very difficult to encounter. Now, I would like to talk about how you can let go of a lover. How to let go of someone you love. And this is applicable for anybody that is going through an experience, whether it's a twin flame, whether you believe in twin flames, whether it's a karmic relationship. This is about dating and relationships at the moment. So, number one, give yourself permission to grieve. Because when you are ignoring pain, when you're suppressing pain, the healing process is delayed. And as I learned at an anger management and emotional evolvement class I took to help people in the healthcare field, you have to feel the emotions. You have to go through those emotions. The act of crying is scientifically proven to lower your stress and elevate your mood. It is a release. And then the other part of letting go of love, because you do love them. Let's don't cut the head off of the snake. You do love them. So you're not trying to say that you don't love them. You're not trying to nullify the experience. You're not trying to put a cap on it and put them away. You're allowing, you're grieving, and now you're accepting. You have to accept that it's over. And of course, it seems obvious. Yes, sad but true, it's over. But if you're running through the ideas of false hope, and the other person will come back, or that they'll magically be the perfect person, or that you're dwelling on something that you don't have much control over, and it just compiles on the misery, it's going to not allow you to prepare for your true twin. Now, acceptance grounds you in what is true, where you have the start for a true effectiveness, where happiness begets wholeness, and where healing brings happiness. It's about establishing acceptance to build wisdom from the past so that you can provide yourself with inner peace. Now, if this is a twin flame relationship, occasionally you may have to accept that that's over as well. You may not be put in this physical interaction with that twin to finish out your mission, but then you are clinging to your mission. And again, even if your twin is married with children, is taken, is not available, there are beautiful karmic soulmates out there that will sweep you off your feet and make sweet love to you and make you feel like a movie star. And like I've said before, it actually might even be easier to deal with a beautiful soulmate on a day-to-day basis, because you're not continually facing your inner self, working on your inner self by seeing the mirror every day. Now, I would like for you to, if you're trying to get past a false flame, number one, also accept that you were their false flame, that not only were they your obstacle, you were their obstacle, right? Because they're having to iron out and deal with differences as well. We all do it at a different pace. And now, when you distance yourself to get rid of the relationship reminders, it's helpful to think of hiring a service to clean your house. A lot of people have a hard time letting go because they have a favorite song, they have a favorite place where they ate, they have something that reminds them. But regardless of how much it hurts to cut off contact, even if it's temporarily because of whatever reason, or maybe it's a long-term friend that became this false flame, it's essential for your mental well-being. You have to get rid of these tangible reminders, pictures, clothes, songs, things that trigger nostalgia. Even if the split was amicable, even if the false flame had been married to you for the past 20 years and you have a child together, it's going to affect your future flame, twin flame relationship if you hang on, if you're clinging to the comfort of their voice on the phone, if you are entertaining them with their own ideas that, well, when I get my life together, I can take care of you. I'll get back into your good graces. That's going to impact your twin flame. Because once your twin flame comes around and you have any connection with your faux flame, whether it was short-lived or whether it was a long-term, whether it was a marriage that ended in divorce, you need to understand that the ties to the past prevent tying down the future. So pictures, clothes, songs, things that trigger nostalgia, things that keep you from moving ahead, because emotionally and energetically you stay tied. And this is what contributes to you prolonging your healing process and preventing the learning lessons you need to learn by continuing to have contact. And this is where I always got in trouble when I was in my 20s. Don't relive all the happy memories. Don't relive the happy memories. I need to get a pop filter, as someone as my one of my podcast partners have told me, because I'm popping. I'm popping my mic. So don't relive all the happy memories. Remember the reasons why you broke up. Remember the reasons why you got a divorce. Remember the reasons why you had to go to work. Remember the reasons why this life became difficult for you. Remember all the businesses they were going to start. Remember all the places they were going to take you. Remember all the things they failed at. Remember the hours of hurt as you had to organize your life. It's hard to think logically when you get swept up in an intense emotion. When you're watching The Notebook and all of a sudden you're reminded about how you kissed your ex-false flame or your ex-lover in the rain. And then these sweet emotions come up and you find yourself reminiscing about your ex and shifting your focus from your future to your past. Number one, you're not in the now. You've just gone behind the now. You've gone in the back. You're in the back seat now. So keep busy, find ways to distract yourself. Join a running group. Isn't that ironic? Join a running group so that everyone running can run from their faux flame. No, but get exercise helps. Intramural teams. I would say a really healthy way to deal with cutting ties from your false flame would be to join a volleyball team. The beach, the sand, the sun. I've got this mental connection that many of you were feeling. A lot of your faux flames were captivating. I believe a lot of you probably were actually married, may even have children with your false flames. And those ties are preventing a future elevation of consciousness, and you are not able to move forward. So don't second guess your decision to leave. Don't feel vulnerable. Don't allow the faux flame to reel you in on a religious basis of guilt. And then fifth and most importantly, remain optimistic, have faith, you will find love again. Because when you let go of someone that was bad for you, when you make room in your life for the new possibility, starting over is scary and it does take work, and the fear of being vulnerable or the fear of being hurt or the fear of being alone and the fear that everyone else is not ready for love. Nobody's ready for love. No one wants love because you're seeing things through the eyes of your old false flame. Prepare yourself by staying positive, by focusing on who and what you really want, your ultimately deeper love, the deeper connection that you're striving for, the place where you want to end up, so that you can engineer yourself out of that faux flame toxicity, that energy theft that has happened, whether it was on purpose or not. Because these traits that are mirrored with the false and the true unions do support a high vibrational existence, right? So the higher the vibration, the more chance that's your twin. The lower the vibration, the more chance that's your false twin. When you are moving through self-evolution, you must promote a union that's true. It's going to require inner work, higher states of consciousness, self-reflection. The avoidance of deeper work will not bring about a reunion with a twin. You're going to attract a replica. And I have to tell you, this is one of my all-time favorite pieces of remembrance from giving love advice. It's like vibration, right? When you meet a new love, it echoes across time and space. So everybody that is free, that is out there, that is listening, that you've encountered in the past is going to contact you, email or text or bump into you because they're hungry, they're thirsty, and they're coming for you. So maintain your space, maintain your progression forward, because it's all about diving in deeper. And if you have a replica flame, if you have a twin flame that you felt was your twin flame and it was a faux flame that you were connected with in the past, and you are trying to establish this wonderful place of existence and love with your twin, and your faux flame is still continuing to pop in and out and have conversation and affect your life and doing these things, you have to learn how to balance that out. You have to learn that is going to make the twin flame love have inadequacies and have weakness. because that's a part of yourself where you have a weakness. So the twin flame is going to pick up on that. So let's think about magnetism and chemistry and intensity and desire, because love is a powerful emotion that's capable of creating a grand way of living and being. And the heart will tell the mind whatever it wants to think. But please logically allow yourself to run through a list of the similarities and signs that resonate with a twin flame, shared interests, similar experience, interests, objects, so forth, past experiences. Perhaps you crossed paths and didn't actually meet at different times in your life. Like maybe you were at 20 years old, 22 years old, and you guys actually were in the same place, at a crazy place that wouldn't be unexpectable. And you were in the same environment multiple times, but never met. Understanding about the beginning of this twin flame relationship isn't going to be easy. It's going to be substantial, but it's not going to be easy. But that irrefutable evidence of the twin flame will be a matter of fact. You'll feel it. You will understand that intensity connection versus the connection you felt with the faux flame. Now, it's imperative for you to protect yourself emotionally from the pain of the false flame. As we had talked about, learn to let go. Learn to let go. Moving forward, looking at your welfare. Understanding that yes, you may have been a faux flame yourself. And when you can start to see it from that angle, then I believe you can start to understand the purpose for these relationships and the purpose for these places, these roller coaster rides, and this emotional and overwhelming, ever-present, effective exercise called life. The path before you meet your twin is not easy, and it doesn't get easier when you meet them, because every fear is reflected and every demon is going to come out to play and dance. And once that connection is made physical, that existence of the twin flame is going to be at an all-increasing high, because it will be like you've never felt before. It won't be a physical only situation. It's going to be a magnetic. And then this healing process, when you have to do it alone, whether the twin flame is next to you or not, whether your twin flame begins to run, you have to continue to heal. You can't stop. You can't go back. You can't hide. You can't only saturate yourself with your flaws and your frailties and go into the deep darkness. You have to continue to rise. You have to evolve. You have to let this space of separation not become suffocation, but become supplication, where you're able to rise up out of this, to subconsciously look to love and let go of the false flame. So I think we've covered how to let go of love. I think we've covered that you might have yourself have been a false flame. I think you understand that. And with those two pieces of information, we can move forward. We can start to build. And I had to get this topic out there because I've been getting an overwhelming response from people about this particular path. Now, I have cut a video. I've got a video ready. I'm going to put it up before I go out into the wilderness of the sequoias this coming weekend to gather myself, to get and work on my inner man, to be peaceful with myself, doing my work, balancing my masculine and feminine. I encourage you to work and break old habits. I encourage you to also take leaps of faith with yourself. If you want love, look to loving yourself first, so that that love will echo in your decisions and your choices and your essence. And then your twin flame will see this or feel this across the waves and be called to you. Peace, light, and love. I will see you on the other side.